Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Barasham, Yahweh, Barasham, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great stone, and salutations to all you sincere can. And once again, this is your brother Bawan, back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Barasham, Yahweh. This is going to be a quick one, and this is just an example showing you just how wicked the high holy days of this kingdom are, the holidays of this kingdom are. And I don't really celebrate Halloween. This is more of a US American holiday because no matter what part of the world you're in, except for Babylon the Great, people aren't really celebrating Halloween like that. But it is still considered a high holiday in this kingdom and something that people are always involved in and talking about. You see some people in different parts of the world, like they'll be having this what they call it, these costume parties during this period. You have some other high holidays that coincide with Halloween for other cultures. Like there was this Indian holiday, I forgot what they call it, that was around this period. And basically this is just another one of the pagan holidays that people celebrate. But all these high holidays, in during these periods, you are always sure to find violence, death. Okay, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is sending judgment for the wickedness that is going forth, and because of the wickedness going forth, right? You have judgments going forth as well, and it's exactly what you see during this period as well. But really, this actually applies to just everyday living in this kingdom, but even more so during these high holidays because all you just need to do is just type any holiday and type shooting, and every year, time and time again, without fail, you hear about a shooting, you hear about people getting put to death, judgment going forth because this is how wicked these high holidays are. And these are supposed to be days of celebration, where you are seeing people getting put to death on this day and judgments going forth on this day because these are wicked high holidays, and these are wicked days, and the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is not pleased by people celebrating, especially you Jews, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians celebrating these holidays, right? So this is it right here, and it's mainly in Florida, which of course we already know about that. And here we see, okay, here we have one in Florida, we have one in Chicago, right? We have one in Tampa is still Florida. We have just Florida and Chicago. So I don't really want to go into this article because you're just getting a point across that every holiday you can do the same thing: Christmas, New Year, Valentine's Day, Independence Day. You always see people getting shot up, people getting put to death on these days. But let's get this one: the Times of India. I should have turned off my location. But anyway, let's just get it. And this is the Times of India. Halloween weekend shootings across US leave 11 dead, scores injured. Multiple shootings occurred across the United States over the weekend before Halloween, resulting in 11 deaths and over 70 injuries. Right. And like I said, every high holiday you always have these events, right? Because of the wickedness involved in these days. Okay. Because these are wicked holidays, and these are really holidays to celebrate death, especially Halloween. If you know about the history of the Halloween festival, going into the Samhain, and I did a video about this previously. I think I'm just going to upload it again. Let me just type in this Samhain. Alright, that should be. I've forgotten. Okay, yeah, this is it. Should I go to history of Britannica? When let's just get it. This is it, Samhain. So this was Samhain, Gaelic word pronounced Samhain, is a pagan religious festival originating from an ancient Celtic spiritual tradition. It is usually celebrated from October 31st to November 1 to welcome in the harvest and usher in the dark half of the year. Celebrants believe that the barriers between the physical world and the spirit world break down during Samhain, allowing more interaction between humans and denizens of the other world. And that's the reason why you dress up during Halloween, especially during Halloween nights, going around trick or treating and treating. because this is all going back to the practices of the Celtic people of the Celts during that period, which of course those Celts are actually Jake, right? So this is another one of the pagan practices that people were involved in, and it spilled over even into this kingdom. So your Halloween festival is based off a pagan practice, which is why you are seeing so much death and judgments going forth during this period as well, because this is what it is based off of. This is what is the fruit of these evil, wicked, high holy days. Let's continue reading. The deaths between Friday and Sunday included two in Tampa, Florida, three in Texarkana, Texas, and two in Dodge City, Kansas, San Antonio, Texas, Mansfield, Ohio, according to police. Right, and just like I said, it's not really, it's not just, okay, just like I was saying, it's not just during Halloween this happens. This is basically every day in this kingdom. They are always hearing about mass shootings, right? Always hearing about mass judgments going forth every single day in this kingdom. And the reason why because this is a wicked, and the reason why is because this is a wicked kingdom. Every day in this kingdom is a wicked day, and the judgments have to be constantly going out because we are at the time of the end. But on these high holy days, especially because of the wickedness involved, the pagan, the idol worship, right? The commemoration of these unlawful high holy days. That is why you are seeing these judgments being escalated all over Babylon. The Great, you are hearing about mass shootings, violence and different things of that nature. And it's just because that is the season, that's the spirit that is going forth during these high holy days. So let's get that. So this is the book of Amos 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. And let me start. It's like I was supposed to start breaking it down, but basically, these high holy days, these feast days that you people of this kingdom celebrate, that are against the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. And even now, some of these high holy days you celebrate, calling yourselves commemorating the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Case in point, the one popular one, which is Christmas, is basically a pagan high holy day celebrating, winter solstice, right? And various pagan gods, the birthday of various pagan gods, including Cesare Borgia. But you claim that you are celebrating, Yahweh and his birth, which is of course off, right? Because although Yahweh wasn't born during the winter, which is the original of the misconception in Christianity. But that's inside the point. What I was trying to say, go back to what I was saying. You must say Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is not pleased with these high holy days that are being celebrated in this kingdom. Amos 5 verse 24. But let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. And because of the wickedness of these high holy days, the judgment of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshua are running down as it is written like waters. Right, so let's get the next precept. And that is, one that we're saving for Christmas as well, but it can also be used in this case. Jeremiah 10, verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh, let not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Right, and a lot of these pagan practices and these idol worships, right? So idol worship and these wicked high holy days are based off, the pagan practices that we learned from the heathen, because we have some holidays that were pushed by Jake, but because of he was based off the heathen practices, like for example this Halloween, which is based on Samhain, which the Celtics at that time, right, that was Jake, who were involved, who were in that Gentile mindset, where we are the same as the heathen and following the heathen in celebrating their different heathen customs, including the Samhain as well. Okay, that's the reason. And that is the reason why we have, even that festival as a whole, because there is no, high holiday in the scriptures where it says that you have to be, celebrate the. And let me go back to that. The description of what Samhain actually is. They have to celebrate because it's all pagan. They have to celebrate the dark half of the year. When the physical world and the spiritual world and their barriers break down. But this is all hidden custom which our people are not to follow. And this is all, part of basically, the hidden not understanding the ordinances that the Most High Yahweh has set up. This idea that the physical and the spiritual world can come together, or the barriers or the boundaries between them can be removed. Is it not written that, let's get that? And that cannot happen, okay, because it has the written that there are different glories of different bodies. Let me get that preset. Different glories of different bodies. Let me start looking to close off. Let's get this preset first. Here it is. Not it is. So this is the book of First Corinthians 15, verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another flesh of fishes, and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. And this will just show you that there is a separation between the spiritual and the physical world. That separation cannot be weakened or broken down. Another preset I can get for that, let me see if this one will go. Let me see this one will go. Okay, just to show you the distinction between different worlds, right? The separation between the different worlds. So this is the book of Luke 16, and this is the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. Let me get the main point. Luke 16, verse 25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. Right, rich man and Lazarus, when the rich man, fed sumptuously, and Lazarus ate at the crown of his table, which is basically a metaphor going into Esau, Edom, and Jacob, which is Esau, Edom, and our people. How the difference between Esau in this side and our people, how Esau, Edom right now they're at the top, they're eating good, right? They are they are faring sumptuously, they are eating good, and they have more than their heart could desire, and they have the possession of the whole world. But you have Jakes basically picking the crumbs off of Esau's table. All your millionaire celebrities, your LeBron James, your Jay-Z, your Kanye West that are talking about being billionaires on this side. They are picking crumbs off Esau's table, because when you have these elites, right, these music label owners, which are they are the who's these sports team owners making tens of billions and hundreds of billions. You have Jay-Z, you have Kanye, you have LeBron James, which are probably the most popular and the wealthiest jigs among our people, just making pennies of that dollar, for the 100 billion that and they are the ones that are bringing the revenue, they're the ones that are being, that the source of that money, that the source of the billions that these executives and these team owners are making money from, but yet they are being paid, tens of millions from the tens of billions in dollars of revenue that they make, which is crumbs basically. Okay, doesn't matter how big or how small, crumbs are still crumbs, and compared to what we will receive in the kingdom, 10 million is nothing. Now, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, millions, even the billions that Esau has is nothing. Because in the kingdom, we will receive the richest people around and even on this side, the billions and billions that are looking at the elites of Esau, Edom, the real elites, that's still nothing, right? But that's still life changing money at the end of the day. But in the grand scheme of things, that's what we're talking about. It is nothing, okay? Especially not worth your salvation. Let's continue reading. Okay, so like I was saying, and then eventually, you know how the story goes. The rich man died, Lazarus died, and Lazarus was received into Abraham's bosom, while the rich man was thrown into the fire. Right? Yeah, the rich man was the rich man was died and was buried. Let's get that, and let's get that. Let's start from the top. So Luke 16 verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. Let's remember that the hell that is being spoken of here is just the grave, right? It's torments and not the actual, physical location of hell. Let's also remember that this is a parable, a metaphor. It does not refer to the real thing. There is no place called Abraham's bosom, okay? Because you have some Christians that are always saying that before heaven was established in Abraham's bosom, because in the New Testament you don't really hear much about heaven. But all kinds of fables from walkie-talkie plantation Christianity. There is no place called Abraham's bosom. This is just a parable showing you, different metaphors. Abraham's bosom represents the kingdom, which is where our people will be in as kings and priests, while hell in this case represents the bottom, right? In that same kingdom, which is where Esau, will be in captivity, and then eventually they'll be gathered up and destroyed. But that's the point right there. So let me go to the main points. Luke 16, verse 26. And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. Right, so there is an order set up by the Most High Yahweh, and that order can be diminished or broken, and there is no time where that order is diminished or broken. So there is a difference between the physical, right, the carnal and the spiritual, the different thing physical and the spiritual. And there isn't a period every year where these borders become weakened or even fall apart and they now have the spiritual mixing in or falling into the physical world. Okay, that is just these pagan fables born out of a lack of understanding of the ordinances of the Most High. However, which is why Jeremiah 10 verse 2 tells you that be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. And that doesn't just mean the changes in season of the chariots or any of the other signs in the stars and in the sky, but also the signs on the earth as well, right? And the orders and the ordinances that are established by the Most High Yahweh Hashem, which includes the laws, the statutes, and the commandments, because all these things are signs from heaven, as they are signs from the Most High, Yahweh Hashem. Okay, so with that, you know, Halloween is wicked, which goes without saying, and repent or be judged the same way that all these people that you see going out, being taken out every single day are judged as well. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash, Wa Abad Babal, until the spirits help you can and you are quite edified. Shalom.